Hey you, if you're new, welcome. I'm Kristen, and today we're going to look at the meal plan and the prep for next week's menu. If you prep ahead for next week, then it's going to be very easy to get the meals done. If you don't prep ahead, you might as well prepare for at least an extra hour getting all this ready to go. Let me show you what we're going to go in with for next week. Monday is an easy buffalo chicken nachos, and the crock pot does half the work. Tuesday is another easy one, a meat stuffed potato, tater, whichever you call it. Wednesday is beef tips with homemade mashed potatoes and green beans straight out of Benny's garden. Thursday is a meatball sub with homemade meatballs. This is one that would be so much easier if you prep ahead. It's Friday, you know we're going in with the grill. Remember, if you don't like grilled chicken, you can always make it in the air fryer or in the oven. This crock pot buffalo chicken is really easy to make, and it really doesn't take very long to make it either. So I put mine in the crock pot on high for 3 hours, and then when it was time to shred it, I put it on low for about another hour and a half to 2 hours. I will say that using a hand mixer does shred the chicken up a whole lot faster. But when I'm using these plastic bags, I really don't like to use something that could possibly break the plastic into the food. And it's really not a whole lot to just mix it up by hand. This meal is so simple. The only thing you really have to do is cook your potatoes. Now, you could cook your own meat and put your own meat on top, but this particular night, it was an easy night, and this is one of the easiest ways to have some baked potatoes with some meat and not a whole lot of effort. This night, we were having pulled pork, but the pulled chicken is really just as good. To me, no matter what you do, the last step is the most important step to making this thing taste just right. So when I buy my meat, I go ahead on and buy a big old slab and cut it up myself, because for the same price of money, you get a whole lot more meat. And with the other one, I still got to go in and trim the fat. And so if I'm going to be doing that, I might as well just go on and get the bigger one so I can get more for my money. If you don't want to do it that way, then you can go ahead and skip that step of the prep, because I did homemade mashed potatoes, and that you're not going to be able to cut up your potatoes ahead of time. I mean, you could and leave them sitting in water, but I just really don't like doing that. So I cut mine up fresh the day of, throw them in some cold water, and let them, shake off that extra starch, and then I go ahead and boil my potatoes. If you needed it to be a little bit more simpler, then go ahead and buy you some meat that's already cut up, and then buy you some already made mashed potatoes, and then bam, it's way more simpler. So whether you see this meal and you see a lot of work, there is an alternate option, and you can still have all the flavor. So back when we had gravy meatloaf, we made mashed potatoes, but that was more of the way that my brother made it. It was okay, but this is the way that I make my mashed potatoes, and I do not recommend that you do it in a plastic bowl, because I busted my bowl. I don't even know what I was thinking. These were the last of the green beans that came out of Benny's garden, and I'm so sad that they're gone. With these green beans, I cook them on low because it helps to preserve the flavor, and I'm telling y'all, fresh green beans, fresh out of the garden is just the way to go. I was using up some leftover French bread and made some garlic toast. This meal would be really super simple to make if you prep these meatballs ahead of time. I went ahead and prepped and cooked more than what I needed so that I could put some into the freezer for a future meal. Now, if you're pulling these from your freezer, then you're going to skip all of this right here and go straight into putting it into the sauce. If you want to skip making homemade ones, you can always buy some in the freezer and then go straight into this step right here. I like to add some cheese right into my sauce. To me, it adds to the flavor, but I mean, you add how you like yours. I like to add a little sauteed onions to mine, but if you don't like that, then you can just skip this step right here too. I also don't like to put mine into my sauce. I like to put mine on top. To me, it tastes different. I cannot for the life of me tell you what the difference is, but to me, it does taste different. Alright y'all, it's Friday, so you know we going in with the grill, and this one, it was so easy and it is so good. Even if you don't like to grill or you don't have a grill, you can still throw this in the oven and it's going to be just as easy and it's still going to be tasty. If there's some other kind of vegetables that you like to throw on the grill, throw them things on there. To me, there's just something about a baked potato with some green onions and some corn on the cob that's been cooked on the grill. I don't think that it tastes any different if you butter it up before you put it on the grill or if you do it after, but you do it the way you like it. If you follow me over to Patreon, I do post the weekly meal plan with the ingredients and the grocery list. Patreon is a monthly subscription service, but I mean, life is busy, so for $10 a month, you have a complete month's worth of meal plan ideas. Life is busy and meal planning is a chore, but not anymore. The link is down in the description. Grab your download, get your groceries, and come back Monday for buffalo chicken nachos. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.